guys, welcome back to Shire Shenanigans. My name is Nicole and I'm so happy that you're here. Tonight I've got a WIP chat for you. It's been a hot minute since we've sat down and had a little chit chat, so I thought it was time. So tonight we are working on my It's Okay to Be Different canvas from Diamond Art Club. They have Diamond Art Club listed as the artist for this also. I'm assuming it was probably an in-house artist that did this one. Let's see, I chose this one actually because I'm doing it as a gift for my therapist. I think it would be really pretty up in her office, and I wanted to buy it for all of the specials. Because this one's got, 4 ABs, an electro, 2 crystals. I think Diamond Art Club calls those iridescents, and 1 fairy dust, and it's just, so far it's just gorgeous, and it's been a pleasure to work on. I've never worked with an electro, and I don't believe I've ever worked with Diamond Art Club's crystals before, so that's been awesome, a great experience. And yeah, my pen is this beautiful blue one from Butterfly Effectwares. And then I really don't match my accessories. I kind of just grab what's close and what's comfortable. But I've also got this green one that I've been using on like my Halloween kits from Cat Proof. It is a Lean Boy size. It's the one that's like the size of a deck of cards. And my trash drill container is this little mini tray from Bijou Bliss, and I'm just using an art dot container for my drills, like for drill storage. Yeah, I got the black done earlier before I started filming, just because I was waiting for my husband to come hang out with me. Yeah. Geez, the last couple of weeks been? It's been quite a while since we've sat down and chatted. It's also almost 10 o'clock here, so my brain is a little all over the place, so I apologize if I say like and a lot. I also don't have a script, and I don't have notes because that requires planning, and who does that? Not me. But I thought I'd come on and talk to you guys. Life has been lifing lately. Not necessarily in like a bad way. Here, that's gonna be hard for you guys to see. I'm gonna kind of try and zoom you in a little bit better. Maybe. This is always an adventure. Let me know in the comments if you prefer WIP chats like zoomed in or not, or if you even care. I know a lot of people don't actually watch the screen during WIP chats, they just listen, which that's totally fine too. I am one of those people. I tend to put on WIP chats for background noise. But like I was saying, it's been, I don't know, not bad, just maybe almost monotonous. Not much has really happened lately. I had a birthday at the end of September. I turned 32. Eventually, you know, the years just kind of roll together. I'm like, I don't know, I'm somewhere in my 30s. I'm also gonna apologize if like it's shaky at all. I have my tripod kind of close to my arm, and I seem to be kind of a shaky person lately. Oh, excuse me. But life has been okay. My son has finally weaned, which is exciting. Mama was ready. And that's been cool. So he actually goes down now without needing like drives and things like that, because that had been how we were getting him down, as we were like taking him on car rides and stuff. And while I mean that works and it's not a bad thing and you do what you gotta do, it was just kind of starting to really be draining on my husband. To have to drive him, and then he had to kind of lay with him in bed for anywhere between like 1 to 2 hours waiting for him to roll off, because Ren was notorious for like waking up as soon as you tried to get him off of you. Like when he was first born, we couldn't even lay him in the crib. He would just wake up. That was rough. But he is getting better, especially now that he's weaned. I apologize for the camera continuing to move in and out of focus. I'm not really sure how to fix that. Maybe I can move it up a little bit more. Maybe. There we go. Maybe that's better. A little bit. Anyway, yeah, so we don't have to drive him anymore, and we actually have something resembling a normal bedtime routine, which is nice. And it goes a lot faster. So that's neat. It means I actually have some more time in the evenings, so I can actually do things like film for you guys. And having that extra time is also really nice because I'm just gonna shake the camera a bunch apparently. I'm starting a new business journey. So I probably, knowing me, won't have made a big announcement on social media by the time I have this posted. So you guys get to know first. But I am moving away from making plushies. So I had been doing amigurumi as my primary business for quite a while. And I love making amigurumi, but that's kind of the point, is I love it and I want to continue to love it. So I need it to go back to being my hobby instead of my job. Because amigurumi is very involved and it takes a long time, which really wasn't a problem before I became a mom and I had the available time to devote to the craft and making sure that my plushies were top quality and, you know, what you would expect to receive for the money that you pay for a plushie, because really well-made amigurumi are not cheap. Like I made a Badoo for a friend for his birthday, and I kid you not, that thing had like 33 pieces that had to be sewn together, made individually and then sewn together. And that thing took weeks to make. Now, to charge what that is actually worth would be insane. So, I mean, I didn't. And a friend was buying it for him. So it's like not, I gave him a friend discount, essentially. But the point is the time and effort that goes into those, it just doesn't make sense to do business-wise. So amigurumi is going to go back to being a hobby, and I might have a plush drop from time to time, you know, because I don't have unlimited space to keep these stuffed animals. So, and I like making them, and while I haven't updated you guys yet, I am still doing my yarn stash down. And, you know, stash down, you have to use your yarn, so they'll probably go into plushies that will go into different drops. But what I'm getting at here is, so I'm pivoting to a new business, a new focus, and that's going to be primarily cover minders and needle minders, which are basically the same things. So I bought, I had a Glowforge Aura, and I really liked it. It's one of those diode lasers that Glowforge came out with. I think they call it their craft series. but it was their kind of like an intro model to using a laser. I bought that last year and I really liked it, and I used it quite a bit recently. I was like, you know, this is cool. I could make really neat cover minders. And then it was like fate. I got an email from Glowforge letting me know that they were doing like a trade-in deal, basically, where you could send in your craft series printer. Well, they call them printers. They're lasers. They're not laser printers, they're laser cutters. Not the point. Where you could send in your old one and get a credit towards a new one. Oh, excuse me. And so I was like, wow, that was really good timing. And I talked to my husband about it because they're not cheap. A good laser cutter is an investment. And so we talked about it, and he thought it sounded like a good idea and that I had a good plan, and I went for it. So I've traded in the Aura, and I have the, what is it? The Glowforge Pro HD now. It's like the nicer version of their Pro. So it's got like the better camera, the better light. It does print preview. The speed on this thing compared to the Aura is it's insane. I don't think I can really even describe it. It's like night and day. So I was actually tested it with one of the cover minder designs that I have. On the Aura, it took over an hour to engrave and cut this one needle minder. And I tried it on the Pro, and it did it in 7 minutes. And like the quality was just insane. Like, oh my god. I am so glad that I upgraded. So I'm moving into that. I'm working on coming up with a couple intro designs that I will put in the shop first. I'm not starting a new Etsy shop also on that note. It's still going to be Shiner Shenanigans on Etsy. Because there's no point in starting a new Etsy store. I'm not planning to go back to selling amigurumi full-time. So I'm not going to start new. I've put a lot of time into my current Etsy store, and it's just gonna pivots with me. We've done it before and we'll do it again. I used to sell accessories, if you guys don't know. When I started my business, it wasn't amigurumi. It was like hats and scarves and cowls and that kind of thing. Fun fact. Yeah. So this is it's just another step in the business, and I'm really excited for it. Doing this, I think, really just makes sense. Like, I'm not as passionate about fiber arts as I used to be. I still love it, and I still do it, but I've definitely caught the diamond painting bug. And I'm pretty involved in the community. I like to think so, at least. And I thought it would be nice, pivot and join the community of small shop owners here in the diamond painting craft, because there's a lot of wonderful ones, and I'm really excited to join their ranks. Yeah. So that's a big announcement. I will make a social media announcement soon, probably. I need to kind of figure out like date and all of that for when I'm going to launch things. But on that note, I actually recently accepted my first event sponsorship. I won't spill any deets, because they're working on making their big announcement, and so I ain't gonna spoil that. But some friends of mine are hosting an event that's coming up, and they know that I'm pivoting into cover minders and all of that. And they asked me if I would be interested in designing a minder for their event and sponsoring, and I thought that it would be a really great opportunity. Not only to help some friends out, but to get, this is just so shaky, I'm so sorry guys, to get the word out about my new focus and all of that into the community itself. Because mostly I've just been hanging around as a painter, and now I'm going to be a shop owner. Yeah, but that announcement will come later this week, and I'll make a post about it on my Instagram. My goodness. Just beating you guys up tonight. And on that note, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Because I have an Instagram for my shop right now, but it is primarily focused on the fiber arts because that's what my shop is focused on, amigurumi, fiber arts. But if I'm not going to be doing fiber arts anymore, I should probably shift my business account to diamond painting, right? And I would say that would be a harder decision because, like, you know, I've been building this for years and I've got followers and blah blah blah, but I really don't. I know we haven't known each other for very long, but I am garbage at keeping up with social media. I'm really good at, like, scrolling social media, but remembering to make posts of my own and, like, content and stuff, no. Which I'm sure you guys know because it's been forever and a day since I've given you a video. It just doesn't always cross my mind, and then I blink and I'm like, oh my god, I have like, why am I not making any sales? Well, I don't know, because you don't do any marketing. My business degree is in human resource management. not marketing. Yeah, so I don't know. I need to think about it. I'd be curious what you guys think as the people who will be looking at it. So I have a diamond painting, cross stitch, pixel art Instagram, Second Breakfast Stitches, where I usually post all of my diamond painting stuff because I got into diamond painting, but my Instagram page was for a fiber business, so I'm not going to post diamond painting stuff on that. But now we're changing, so I would be interested to know, what do you guys think? Should I change the business page to more reflect, like, on what I'm selling? Which is diamond painting accessories now? Or should I pivot to keeping that one as, like, a fiber arts page and posting business stuff on my, like, kind of a personal page almost, where I share diamond painting things? And that's actually also where I get hung up. Like, it's Second Breakfast Stitches was never meant to be a business page. It was just a page where I could show the crafts that I do. So I'm kind of stuck. I don't really want to make that one a business page, but I also don't really want to drive away my fiber arts crew. It's a tough decision, but I would really like to know what you guys think. And if you would even, like, how do you want to follow two different pages? Because I don't know. I think it would be confusing to make shop update posts on Second Breakfast's page for a shop called Shire Shenanigans that has its own Instagram page. Maybe that's my answer right there. I did also consider just straight up changing the shop name so that people didn't pop in and think like, oh, well, where's the plushies? But, I mean, I already have Shire Shenanigans here on YouTube, and I like it. It encompasses everything. I mean, it's not specific to any craft. I can do what I want, which is great because while my focus is going to be diamond painting accessories, we know who I am, and I don't really have a focus. And I have actually plans to make several different kinds of things, so no, I'm gonna, right now, right here, I'm just gonna scrap that idea. I'm not changing the shop name. It's staying Shire Shenanigans. We're not changing it. It's just silly. All of my like banners and things for shows say Shire Shenanigans. There's no point in investing in new ones. That's a waste of money that could go towards paying off the Glowforge. Excuse me. Yes. So there's that. I make cover minders now. And I've got ideas to make some other things too, like pen stands, and I actually have a really cute idea for like a putty container for everyone that collects putty, because they usually, you know, this is the Diamond Art Club putty, but they come in like the baggies, actually bigger ones when you get them from small shops. I don't have one sitting near me, so I can't really show you, but it's kind of like, I'm not going to give spoilers because I still need to work on it, but it's something that you can put them in where they're kind of standing up, and you can kind of like flip through and see the names easier, so you can find the scents and all of that you want to use. And yeah, and it might have like personalization options because I can. I also had a lot of requests to do, like, I don't know if you guys have seen, but like people will put on like their YouTube and their Instagram, they have like plastic, well, I mean, they are technically plastic, but they're like acrylic, they're not name tags, but it's like kind of like a plaque of their name that they put down for when they're making content, so that you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, this video is by so-and-so. A couple of my friends were asking me about making them those, and I have made one before. I actually made one for Dragon Wing Diamonds because I was kind of playing around with the idea, and I used her as a guinea pig. But now that I've got the Glowforge Pro is a CO2 laser, so if you didn't know, the Aura is a diode laser, which is a blue laser, so it actually can't cut clear or white or blue acrylics. The laser just doesn't cut through it because of how it is. But the Pro is a CO2 laser and doesn't have that problem. So because I have the upgrade now, I can make pretty much any color combo that people would want, which is fantastic because I've got a friend who has been wanting one, but her colors we couldn't find in an acrylic that mine would use, like that it would actually register. So now I can actually buy those and get that made for her, but after I'm done making them for the people in the Crafters Den Discord, I might put a listing up in the shop for people to get to order their own, like a custom name plaque listing, where you can like tell me what name you want and what 2 colors you want, that kind of thing, and maybe pick from a set of fonts, because I do have a couple fonts and I need to get them uploaded. Oh, excuse me, it is not late enough for this many odds. But yeah, just kind of ideas like that. Been playing around with a bit. Because I really miss my business. I really do. And being a stay-at-home mom to a very energetic, clingy 2.5-year-old boy doesn't really lend yourself to a lot of crocheting time. So I needed to pivot and find something that I could do while also chasing my little one around. And I will say, I know lasers are dangerous. You have to keep an eye on them. I am never far from my Glowforge when she's running. But I can chase my toddler while it's printing, and work is still getting done while I am being a mom. And that's huge, because when you're doing a handmade business, it can be frustrating because if your hands aren't working, you're not making money. And I don't really have to worry about that with the Glowforge or with a laser cutter, because it can be cutting out designs while I'm off doing the dishes or making lunch or opening the 5th snack packet, or things like that. And then I come back and it's done, and I do the finishing touches. So like I'll put on the paint and the magnets and all of that stuff, but most of the work is done. It's incredible, and it's game-changing, and I'm so excited. And it also means that I can probably get back into local markets and Comic-Cons and stuff like that, which is awesome. Face-to-face is my favorite way to do selling, which is kind of weird to think about, really. I did retail for 10 years, and it did give me PTSD. Definitely near the end, but I was also working retail during COVID, and I don't think any of us made it out of that unscathed. But I don't hate the customer aspect. I don't. And I actually kind of miss it. I like being able to, talk to the customer about what they're looking for and recommend products, and just, maybe it's the talking to other adults that I miss. I don't know. Either way, it'll be nice. And I don't know, selling face to face is just, it's more personal, and people can see your product. And I don't mind selling online, I really don't. But like, it also, maybe it's my anxiety, but like you ship it out and it's like, oh my god, like, are they gonna like it? Are they gonna hate it? Is it gonna get there safely? Am I even gonna know what they think? Because not everybody leaves reviews, and that's fine. I don't always remember to leave reviews, but it's definitely nerve-wracking for the seller when it's like, oh my god, did they hate it? Do they hate me? Do they hate my product? And you don't go bug your customer afterwards, like message them like, what did you think? What did you think? Like, that's weird, and that's how you get a bad review and have them not come back because you're a weirdo. But like, I don't know, when people are looking at it right there in front of you, you can tell what they think, because well, my experience with craft fairs, they're gonna tell you. Or their face will. But yeah, I won't do any of those anytime soon, because I'm definitely not ready. This is the beginning of a new venture, and that takes time. And most of the markets that are happening around this time they're already full. They're not looking for people. Holiday markets can be kind of cutthroat. So I'll look into that next year. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yeah. And in the meantime, I plan to just, do the Etsy thing. And who knows, if this really kicks off, I'll start my own website. I actually was looking into that quite a bit a couple months ago, because I liked the idea of having my own website. Like, it's entirely yours. You can tell people, like, oh, go to shireshenanigans.com. She's got a new drop. Instead of like, oh, go on to Etsy. And then you think people will be like, oh, I got this on Etsy. Which there's nothing wrong with that. But then you're not really, I guess, telling people the shop that you got it from. Like, Etsy didn't make that item. A person did. But you bought it on Etsy, so your brain immediately goes like, oh, I got it on Etsy. Not, I got it from Shire Shenanigans. That kind of thing. So we'll see. I don't think I'll ever shut down the Etsy store, but I think it would be kind of nice to have a Shopify. It also charges fewer fees, especially if you're selling a lot. Which, speaking of which, Etsy does have a thing where shop owners have what's called a share and save link, if you guys didn't know. It's a link that shop owners can post out, and if you use it, I think it's if you make a purchase within 30 days of clicking on the link, the shop actually gets part of their fees refunded. And that's huge, and it's not really a small part. It's something like 30% of their fees refunded. Just because you clicked on their link and made a purchase. So if you're thinking about making a purchase from a shop on Etsy, I recommend... I'm gonna yawn again, I'm so sorry. It's probably because I'm talking and I'm not breathing. Because those things don't happen at the same time for me. But if you're planning to make a purchase from a shop on Etsy, see if you can find a link that they've posted. It's usually, I want to say mine is like shopname.shop.etsy. Like, it looks different than a normal URL. Click on that, and so that shop owner will get part of their fees refunded, and that's huge, especially in these times when so many people are hurting for money. It would be really nice to not be giving so much money back to Etsy, because I love Etsy. I do. It's done amazing things for my business and for so many other people's businesses. But dear Lord, do they charge a lot of fees. It's just nuts. And is it 2022? I was part of the Etsy strike, which was actually great timing because I was giving birth and not, making many orders at the time. When they increased, they almost doubled some of the fees, and that was just nuts. But yeah, so use those share and save links. I believe all of my shop links that I post are my share and save. Costs you guys nothing, gives money back to the shops. It's actually part of why I recently decreased the price on a couple of my products to try and kick back some of those savings to you guys. Because if I'm saving money, then you're saving money. At least that's how I do it. Yeah. But if you, I want to know another option for you guys to tell me in the comments below. If you're gonna buy a cover minder, what material do you want it in? Now, I'm thinking like a wooden one or an acrylic one, or like, do you prefer like the clay ones or metal ones? Like, what is your preferred material for cover minders? Like, a lot of the ones I've been making are wooden. It's a piece of wood that has a design engraved on it, and then it's cut out into the proper shape. Simple. I am considering doing some acrylic ones. Like, I had an idea to do an acrylic ghost with a paint fill on the lines. Just gonna shake the camera. But I'd be interested, like, preferred material. Let me know in the comments below. Other than that though, other than the business change, my family and I are planning a vacation at the end of the month. We're going to the coast to spend a weekend with my mom. It'll be the first time we've ever rented a vacation home, which that'll be exciting. It ended up being, I want to say it was actually cheaper than when we used to do it and get 2 adjoining hotel rooms. So that was cool. And it'll have a lot more space for like Renton to run around and room for Toru to be Toru. All of that. It is further north than we usually stay, so that'll be an adventure, but totally fine. It might actually be a shorter drive because we're not going the extra 2 hours south that we usually do. But yeah, that'll be the first weekend of November. Yeah, I'm excited. My mom is gonna bring our Enterprise diamond paintings. She bought herself one and she bought me one when the Enterprise launched, and we've been doing them together. So of course that one's definitely, you know, taking longer because we only work on it when we're together, and my mom doesn't live, I mean, she's not far, but she's not close. She doesn't always bring it either. Like this last weekend she visited and didn't bring it with, so she's gonna bring it for our vacation, so I might get a couple more sections of that one done. And it'll be great. We're gonna take her into the aquarium, spend lots of time on the beach. I'll be sure to share about that when we get back. And actually, speaking of my mom, she visited this last weekend, and I dragged her an hour and like 50 minutes across the mountains to go to an IKEA for the very first time. So I'd never been to one, and my mom had never been to one, so that was an experience. It was pretty fun, and all in all, my son was really well behaved. He didn't throw any fits, not really. He didn't exactly listen very well, but he's 2.5, and him listening is not guaranteed. But he wasn't destructive or anything. I mean, he did touch a lot of things, but he didn't break anything. He didn't knock anything down. He was just having a really great time. The stressful part was everyone else. It's IKEA, so there's a lot of people and there's a lot going on, which kind of, you know, it leads to sensory overload, at least for me. So it was kind of like an immediate panic-inducing environment. And then I'm trying to keep track of this very adventurous, very friendly 2-year-old in a place where there's just people walking everywhere and they're not looking down, so they don't see him. And like, he almost got ran over several times by people's carts and strollers and things like that. And whew, that was stressful. That was the part that was stressful. But we got what we went for. We went for a table that would support the Glowforge and sit above the storage drawers that I have for my materials right now. Yeah, and I got Ren a cute little train set and some new dishes, because his are getting kind of old and yucky, because they're kid dishes, so he's not gentle with them. Yeah, I understand the appeal. I think it would be a lot more fun. I know it will never be without a lot of people because it's IKEA, but I think it would be less stressful if I didn't have Ren with me, because I could actually, like, you know, look at stuff and not have to keep an eye on this adorable little goblin that wants to go all over the place and see everything and not look where he's going while everyone else is also not looking where they're going. So I don't know, maybe I'll go back. I'm actually really proud of myself for not buying a bookcase, because I thought about it, because I think I know where I can fit another one, which kind of seems that's like my life, is trying to find a place to fit another bookcase. This one isn't for books though, it's for video games, because our library is kind of expanded beyond the shelf that we have for them, so need a solution. And I thought about buying a bookcase, but I came to the conclusion that no, I don't need to buy a new one. I simply need to help my mom clean out her basement like we've been trying to do for 16 years. And I will just take one of those bookcases once it's cleared off. Easy. And then it's out of her space and I don't have to spend money on a new bookcase. It's really hard to tell if all of those are down right. Is it? It's like the angles don't really help. Okay. We did miss one though. Oh. I almost missed two. Boop. Okay. Yeah, so that's been my last couple of weeks. Not too much has been going on, but you know, what has been going on has been very exciting. We're gonna place this last drill and we'll have finished this little bottom section, and then I think I'm gonna call it there, because at this point I'm just kind of rambling, and you know, rambling is fun, but it's late and I'm gonna keep yawning and I don't want to do that to you guys. So perfect, we finished this little bottom part. It has been an absolute pleasure to sit down and chat with you guys tonight and kind of almost brain dump on you what's been going on and business ideas and where that's all going, because it's really fun. It's a new venture and I can't wait to show you guys everything that I have planned for it. But like I said, let me know in the comments below, what material do you like your cover minders made out of? I'd love to know. And as always, if you enjoyed this WIP Chat, please hit the like button to let me know. And if you want to stay tuned and follow along on my crafting journey here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so that you are notified when I post new videos. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.